I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, and I'll do the highlighting. Oh, I've got a spotlight on me. Have you got a spotlight on me?
I have, yeah.
Here we are. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Caroline Mustard.
Hello, and I'm
Hey.
Julie. Hello.
You gotta come see these people.
So we would like to ask all of you now to please mute, and then you'll be able to unmute and chat when we're on a break. But while we're talking, if you can mute, that really makes our lives a lot easier. So can we ask you to do that? Thank you so much. Okay.
I'm also going to add a spotlight to my sister. So I'd like everybody to say hi to my sister, Karen. She is going to be leading us today in a kind of a creative visualization, which will help us kind of get grounded and go back into our bodies. Karen will be able to tell you a lot more about that in a moment. So yeah, I just wanted to introduce her to you. And she's a transformational coach and a mindfulness teacher. I'm very proud of her. She's done amazing work over the last few years. And so I'm really happy to welcome her to our group today.
Yes, we're thrilled. She's coming from the UK and looks bright as a button. And it's particularly salient to what we're doing because we call ourselves The Joy of Drawing. We're two Brits who love to draw. But our program is more than just teaching you to draw. It's really, isn't it, Katie?
It is. I think it's more to do with kind of an outlook on life, which is, to actually bring joy and happiness back into your life by taking something like drawing into your everyday. So it's not something that you do as a special occasion. It's something that you do often, and it can be a real joyful thing to make and create artwork, which I know a lot of you do that have joined us today.
Yeah, so what we've really created and what we have is a growing community of wonderful people who just love to draw like we do. And we meet and it's become very active, just terrific. And I've got 3 of them right in my own room. Trying to find my I can't remember what my Wi-Fi password is.
That's okay. It's fine.
So let's get going, Katie. So do you want to start with the presentation or go straight to your sister?
No, I think what we're going to do first is we're just going to go through and do some warm-up exercises first, and then we'll go to Karen after that, so then she can start us on the final exercise. So I'm just going to share my screen quick, and we'll go into the presentation. So as Caroline said, most of us know who we are. We've done our first book and we've now done a second book, haven't we, Caroline?
Yep.
And today we're going to be creating a New Year gratitude and intention mandala. And it's all the exercises are actually based on our first book, which I think some of you or most of you may have already. So we are 2 Brits who love to draw. That's our tagline. We did that. We actually met. Gosh, it must be nearly 7 years ago now, Caroline.
Yes, we did.
And
iPad classes.
Yeah, exactly. So this is my sister. I just wanted to introduce you quickly. We'll come back to her later. But very first of all, we're going to go through some materials that we need. So if you want to gather those now, really all you need essentially is either your iPad and your Apple Pencil, or you just need the basic materials like your eraser, your HB pencil, and your sharpener. Make sure that you do have your pencil nice and sharp. We do recommend you having some paper that's a little bit larger so that you can fit your mandala on it. It's good to kind of have space there. And then additional materials, if you did want to grab a large plate, go and do that now, because if you want to kind of have something to draw around, that's not a problem at all. Grab yourself a ruler, maybe some drawing materials, Caroline. I think I've got some colour pencils here, and some Sharpies and things like that.
Or have your iPad ready with Procreate downloaded.
Yeah, and have that open and ready to go. I'll go over to you, Caroline.
So we're going to recap what we learned in chapter 1 of our book, and we're just going to do some warm-up exercises. These are really fun exercises, and actually recommend that you do them. Like if you were a singer, you know, you'd probably do the ho, 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 ho. This is kind of things that you can do as to just sort of warm up and kind of get into the zone. And I love this quote by Paul Klee, who's one of my favorite artists from the 20th century. And also I love him because he was a teacher and he taught at the original Bauhaus school. And he said, a line is a dot that went for a walk.
So first of all, we're going to start with some just very simple drawing exercises. So I'm just going to go through the ones that we're going to do, and then we're going to swap back to our demo screen so that you can follow along with us. So while we're doing this, if you want to grab your materials, get your paper ready, and we'll go from there.
Yes, so you see on each one, we're going to show you how to do it. But if you can see, we're going to show you how to hold your pencil.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you that drawing straight lines is easy, but you have to move the paper to the sweep of your arm. In this case, Katie is right-handed, so her sweep of the arm goes from lower left to upper right, and it makes it super easy. We're going to go over curvy or wavy lines or S-curves, and we're going to talk about circles. And I love this quote by Buckminster Fuller: whenever I draw a circle, I want to step out of it.
So I'm going to stop my share now, and then I'm going to take Karen off, and we're going to just highlight ourselves now, and we're going to go to the demo. We're going to do some warm-up exercises. Move your body. Oh, somebody else is coming in. Sorry, just connecting 2 seconds.
During our biannual bedtime sale, save up to 50% on.
So do you want to walk us through it, Katie, and then I'll show them? You do it first and then I'll go.
Sure, I think I'm just going to go through because I think someone might not be muted. Can you just make sure you guys are all muted just so everyone can hear us? That would be great. Thank you. Okay. So Caroline, are you going to start, or shall I start and we'll just do it?
Oh yeah, I can sort of, all right, so you can see that to draw a straight line, if you're right-handed, you'd place your paper so it's sort of a little bit horizontal like that. I mean, sorry, on an angle. And that way, and then you have to hold your pencil in the right way. So there's 2 ways you could do it. First of all, usually when you hold a pencil.
Caroline, would you highlight yourself so that we're not looking at everyone on the screen?
Oh, she is spotlighted. If you change to speaker view, you should be able to see both of us.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay, so one of the things we teach you is how to hold your pencil. The regular way you hold a pencil when you pick it up to draw is what we call tripod grip or traditional grip. But we want to move down so that you're moving your pencil further down. This is called the paintbrush grip. And this gives it, when you're working like this, you can move your elbow or your shoulder to move your hand. And that way you can get nice, big, easy to draw lines, see?
And just sweep your arm first. You can always just sweep it without actually touching the paper. We call it kissing the paper, don't we, Caroline?
And especially when you're drawing, with traditional materials, we really recommend using very light lines to start with, and this is important in this exercise today, because if you're too dark with your lines, really hard to erase them. That's not a big problem for a Procreate artist, because you can just undo. And for those of you who may be a bit new to Procreate, what I've got on my screen right now is I've got a monoline right here in the brush library. I'm in calligraphy, and I'm using a monoline pen from all the exercises we're doing today. And then, so that's your monoline, and right there is calligraphy. So it's just down a little bit. So that's so if you want to have the same pen as me. And one of the great things about digital is that, so if I was going to go the other way, so now you see, it's just very easy for me to draw lines. See how easy it is? And I can move my, so, and then Katie's doing the same. So I can like cover my whole thing like this. Now, how are you doing, Katie?
Yeah, I mean, I think essentially the thing is, don't move your hand, move your paper to give you more control.
Exactly. All right, and then there's another cool thing for digital artists, and that is that you don't need a ruler. All you need to do is draw the line and hold it in place. So you draw a line. I'm sorry, let me just do that again. Draw a line, stop, and it literally clicks into a perfect line, and it says line created, and you can go edit shape, and you can move the line wherever you want. So you're in a really good position as a digital artist because you can draw a straight line, hold it, and you've got automatically, you've got ruled lines. So that's how you do it. Okay, so Katie's moving over to her easel. And the reason she's doing that is that we're going to show you how to do as what we call S curves, so beautiful curves. So Katie, can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, so first of all, let's look at a different way to hold our pencil, Caroline.
Yep. So you hold, yeah, open your hand, put your pencil in your hand and turn it over. We call this the drumstick hold. This allows you to do don't move my wrist doesn't move at all. I'm just doing the whole shape with my elbow, and look at how great, like they're very they're really nice shapes.
It's a good hold if you're doing life drawing, something free, things like that. It's a really good
Exactly.
to hold your pencil. And you also can use your wrist to do different lines. Experiment and see how it is for you, but it's just getting you used to moving different parts of your body with your pencil, and it will give you a different effect.
All right, so if you guys sort of practice that little thing a bit, get in the mood, then we're going to go to the final exercise, which is how to draw a circle. There you go. Okay, well, of course you can get a plate and just draw around it, and that's totally okay. But we want you to be able to draw circles, and Katie and I found this really fabulous method from some British guy who'd put it online. And what the interesting thing is that if you hold your pencil in the tripod grip and you try to draw a circle, it really is pathetic. It's really awful. So you don't want to do that. You want to have a nice thing. So you want to hold your pencil either like this or like this, whichever you prefer, but usually like further down. And then you literally rotate your shoulder, and you rotate it in the sky, and then you gradually just let it touch down like an old gramophone record, and you just go around and around and around until it sort of gets pretty round. And then you can come in and erase what you don't need, and that's what Katie's doing. And you can get a pretty decent circle doing that. Now, if you are using your iPad, you're very lucky, because to draw a circle, which we will be doing in the exercise, you draw a circle as good as you can, come back to where you started and hold it. And you see it says ellipse created at the top. When you let go, it says edit shape. So you go edit shape, circle. It makes a perfect circle. Oh my goodness. If you want to make it bigger or smaller, the best way to do is to tap your little transform arrow right here. At the bottom down here, it says fit to screen. Right down at the bottom. Right here, I go fit to screen. And there I've got a perfect circle. So those are 2 little tips that we've got. And then Katie's been doing them. Anything else you wanted to add?
No, that's it. Let's move on. So
gonna
everyone's
move
warmed
on.
up now. Are you all warmed up?
So I hope you're all warmed up, having some fun, getting in the mood. And we're gonna go back to our thing here. Take off my overhead. And here we are back. Hello. All right, Katie, so we're ready to get,
Ooh,
Karen.
that's pretty.
Okay, so yeah, one of our favorite reasons for drawing and creating is how it gives us time in our busy lives to stop and be in the moment. So like a kind of a meditation, as it were. So Caroline, can you make Karen the host?
Yes, I will.
And we'll move over to her.
Oh, I can't, wait a minute, sorry. I can, but you've got to go off.
Okay, I will stop my share.
All right, thank you so much. Where's Karen? There she is. All right, you're going to be the host for a little bit, and so you're going to meet Karen. And here we go.
Okay, and I think we should take off our spotlights as well. And
Yeah.
we'll move Karen onto spotlight. Hello, darling.
Hello, everyone. Oh,
I
thank you
think
very
Karen-
much.
Karen's got to take off our spotlight.
Oh, okay.
So you got to
Okay.
remove our spotlight. Otherwise, everybody could see us.
Okay.
No interest in us.
I don't know how to do that, but I will
Yeah, I'm
try.
gonna do it. I can do it. I can do it. It's
Okay.
good. Okay.
Okay. There I am.
Lovely.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much, Caroline and Katie. So, as my sister, Katie said, I'm Karen. I'm a transformational coach and I'm a mindfulness teacher. And what I do for a living now, which I've been doing for about 6 years, is I combine mindful and spiritual practices with coaching to support women to connect with and really realize their true and fulfilling life purpose. So that's what I do. And I want to thank Caroline and Katie for inviting me here today. I'm also very proud of my sister, and I too love creativity and I love art as well. I've always loved art since I was a little girl, so I'm really chuffed to be here today. I think it's about 11 o'clock, coming up to 11 o'clock for you guys. It's 5 to 7 here, so it's the evening for us here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on a visualization exercise, and we're going to do that to help you to connect to a vision and set a powerful intention for yourself for this year. So why would we visualize and set intentions? What's the purpose of that? So when we practice the art of visualization, which I'm going to guide you through in a minute, what happens is your brain will allow different opportunities and deeper desires to come into your conscious awareness. So when we practice visualization, it really changes how our brain works. It changes kind of the connections in our brain. It changes the way that those connections are organized. And what it does is it recreates connections with different parts of the brain. And creativity is really all about connections in the brain. So when we visualize something, and I'm going to take you through this guided exercise today, we something that we desire, something that we truly want from inside, the brain really helps us to achieve that in the real world. So we're bringing something into fruition, if that makes sense. So by setting an intention, by doing this visualization, what we're doing is we're giving our brain a clear instruction that we would really like to get more connected with this thing. So intentions are kind of softer than setting goals. You might hear people talking about setting goals, but intentions are a bit softer than that. They're a bit more creative, and they come from the heart space rather than your busy mind that's telling you have to do all these things and all the things that we should be doing. So the exercise is going to help you to increase more positive thoughts and feelings of gratitude, which is something I work with a lot. It's going to give you clarity on what you really want for yourself this year and your true desires. It's going to create kind of a little North Star for you for 2022. And it's really important to have this North Star because that gives us an inner focus to keep us on track. So what it helps you to do is optimize that ability to create it, because it bypasses the limiting belief part of your mind. And it also will help to reduce stress, as all art and creativity does, because we're going to connect to and relax through the body, which increases creativity in itself by connecting your body and your mind together. So you're connecting your mind and your heart. Okay, so if you want to keep yourselves on mute for this exercise, this little meditation, so that you can hear me and nobody else can hear you, and then we'll make a start. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share a little bit of music so you can hear some music at the same time. So hopefully you should be able to hear my music. Can you hear that okay?
No, sorry, Karen. Don't worry. It
Ah.
will come back.
Okay, just bear with me a second.
Technical.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do is to take a moment just to get comfortable in your chair. And if you wish, I'm going to invite you to gently close down your eyes. So just begin to breathe in slowly and let your breath out slowly through your mouth. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And then just gently let it out through your mouth. And just continue to breathe in your normal way. And I want you to also connect your feet with the floor by just gently pressing your feet into the floor. And then notice the other parts of your body that are connected to the earth. So you might notice your legs connected to the back of the chair, your hands where they're placed. You might be noticing your sit bones. Just begin to really notice your body. So taking your awareness to your inner world, your body, the sensations, and focusing on the breath, both the in-breath and the out-breath. Now just imagining that any stresses, any anxieties, rolling away from your mind. So rolling away down your shoulders, down your arms, and falling away onto the floor. place one hand on your heart. Bring this feeling of gratefulness into your awareness. Begin to feel gratitude perhaps for some of the people and things that you have in your life already that you've become aware of this last year. So just go ahead and think of some of those people right now, some of those experiences right now in this present moment that you're truly grateful for. Now take a moment just to picture all of these and allow this positive feeling that you feel about this person or experience just to wash over you. So take this feeling of gratitude and just continue to feel it as we work through the rest of this exercise. As you feel this feeling in your heart, as you might feel emotional, which is fine, just allow it to be there. Just ask this part of you in your heart to show you a vision of your true desires. And allow this space to open up for you now. Ask that the vision that you're going to create is going to be the best outcome for the highest good of everyone. And that this vision will bring you true joy and happiness into your life and your work. As you begin to feel this connection with the part of you that knows you the best, just imagine that you are waking up now from a deep, very restful sleep. A sleep that is filled with beautiful dreams. I want you to imagine in your mind's eye that you open your eyes to a beautiful bright blue sky. The sun is shining, there are white clouds on the horizon. And as you sit up, you look around and notice that you're sitting on a high grassy hill. You can smell the grass, the beautiful meadow flowers, the fresh breeze as it tickles your face and arms. Birds are singing happily in the trees. So you stand up and you walk over to a clearing, and there's a beautiful wood. You walk through the woodland, and on the other side you notice a pretty white iron gate. You lift the latch on the gate and you pause and you feel a light excitement in your heart as you know your vision is on the other side. So as you swing the gate open, you recognise that this is the beginning of a beautiful new day, with the greatest vision for your life. And it feels completely real, as if it's happening now. So as you begin to walk down the pathway, each step takes you deeper and deeper into this new world that is your true desire. You look down the hill and you realise as you walk to the bottom that everything that you have ever has been achieved, it's all been achieved today. The greatest desires that you have for your future are all in place. And you feel so happy and grateful in your heart. You can feel that joy spreading through your whole body. Hear, smell and touch and taste everything that's already here in this present moment. So take in the scene. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? You walk down to the bottom of the hill, further into this changed world. This vision look like? What is the environment you find yourself in? Just take a look around. Would you have to travel to get to this place? Is it quiet or noisy? Can you hear voices? And now notice if you're taking part in something. An activity perhaps. Are you with others or are you by yourself? Just notice and become aware of these details now. Notice who you're spending time with in this space. Are your loved ones nearby? Is there a specific person that comes forward? So just let these answers come to you. You don't need to force it through. Whatever you're feeling and seeing is right for you. Can you see yourself completing something or creating something? Perhaps you're learning something new. Just allow the answers to come. Relax and enjoy the scene. I want you now to just take a couple of steps back in your mind and just see the whole scene. And just ask yourself, what does this whole picture look like? And how does this make you feel? You're seeing this full vision of what you truly desire, this feeling you want. Say goodbye to the scene for now and just turn around and go back up the hill in your mind's eye to the gate. Walk through the gate and go back into the beautiful meadow. Enjoy the flowers. Look up to the bright blue sky. Just relax and take a deep breath in this moment. So now I want you to set an intention for yourself from what you've just experienced. What would that intention be for yourself this coming year? Is it to feel something new? To bring back something that you used to feel? Is there something particular you would love to achieve? So take a deep breath in through your nose, down into your tummy, and let it go through the mouth. And then just begin to come back to the awareness of your body once again, and your breathing. Both your in-breath and your out-breath. Notice your feet again, flat on the floor, gently press them into the floor. And then just notice those contact points again. Perhaps your legs and the back of the chair, and your back, and your sit bones. Notice where your hands are placed. And then when you're ready, take your time. Just begin to open your eyes. Give yourself a moment. What I want you to do is just to take a few notes, just to summarise what you experienced and your feelings. Just pop a few notes text out, a few words. And so what I invite you to do is to just read over and look over that vision every day and connect with it in your imagination. And then you can take action towards it. Create some smaller steps to help you to get there. And now I'm going to hand over to Katie to continue your session, and thank you for taking part and allowing me to share this with you all today.
Thanks, Karen. That was amazing. Thank you so much. I think we all needed that. I think it's just
that was
very, very chilled. Amazing. Thank you, darling.
connect with everybody. Karen, if you can just make me the host again. And let's just have a look, see everyone on our gallery. Hi, everybody. And let's just breathe and connect. And I hope this has helped you, put you in a state of mind that we can now do our next exercise. That was very deep and meaningful for me, I know, personally.
Yeah.
I hope that you guys got something out of it. And we'll now, just give you a minute to be ready to go to our next part of our workshop. which is
Yes.
the starting
So-
to create our mandala, okay?
So yeah, I was kind of jotting down some words there, as Karen said, and maybe just have an intention that will kind of feed us through doing this this drawing exercise. So yeah, have an intention, a central intention that will kind of feed into everything else, I think is the main thing. And this is going to be a creative exercise that's very much down to you. We're going to show you some ways of doing it, but really we want you to use your imagination and your creative skills to put in there the things that you really want to do. And it could be collage, it could be on Procreate in digital, it could be color pencil, whatever you want. So yeah, let's get going. So yeah, gather your
everybody
materials.
make sure that you've put your you've got your that you're muted, and that on your video that you're on speaker mode so that you can see Katie and I. And
Me.
and now we're going to get going, and we're going to start, and I just need to put my iPad on.
So get yourself a nice clean piece of paper, a large piece of paper, and I've just been started to draw myself a circle. So using those skills that we've already talked about. If you did want to grab yourself a plate, it's no problem. You can start with that as well. The people that are doing it with pencil, it's no problem at all. Thanks, darling. Karen's going to go. Thank you so much. We'll see you again. Bye, darling. So yeah, grab yourself a piece of paper and a pencil. Make sure it's nice and sharp. It's always good to start with a sharp pencil. One of the things that we do recommend is that you that your pencil sharpener that you have, if you can make the brands match, it always is a good idea. Both Caroline and I love to use these Blackwing pencils, don't we, Caroline? She's not listening to me, but yeah, we love to use these. This is a great sharpener. So always start with a sharpened pencil. Have yourself a little eraser here, and the lines that you draw, just make sure they're nice and light, as we talked about, and we can go from there. Oh, Caroline, you're muted. I'm just gonna.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so if you're using an iPad and you've got your Procreate app, then you'll need to tap the plus button at the top right. You can see where I am here. You tap the plus button, and this opens your canvas, and you want to go down and find a square. And I want you to open a square. And then once you've opened it, with your finger and your thumb, I want you to just make it a little bit smaller. So you've got your canvas right in the middle of your iPad screen. And you'll need to be, so now we'll just get you set up with your pencil. But in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the brush library, which I'm pointing to here. Go down the left side of the brush library until you find calligraphy, and you tap calligraphy, and then 3 down, you'll have a pen called a monoline pen. And that is what we will use for this exercise. And Katie has already drawn her circle. So I'm now going to show you how to do yours using your iPad. So I'm going to draw a circle, but I'm going to keep my pencil firmly on the screen when I'm finished. So it can be quite small, like this. And then I hold it until it clicks in. Sorry, doing this. Like this. And it should be clicking in. Now I can say edit shape up here. I tap edit shape and I go circle. Now it's a perfect circle, but I want to move to, I want you to actually place it within your square. So you're going to tap what we call the transform arrow, which I'm pointing to here. And the transform arrow gives me a little toolbar down here, and it says right down here, fit to canvas. So you tap fit to canvas and bingo, you've now got a beautiful circle and it's right perfectly placed. So you just tap the screen and or tap this just to deselect it, and you've got a circle and you're now all ready to go. Okay, Katie, over to you for your next step.
Okay, so the next thing to do is to find our center of our circle, and Caroline can do this at the same time if she wishes. So if you're doing it with pen and pencil, one of the ways to do that is obviously to measure
Katie, I'm
it.
going to show them a totally different way to do this.
Okay.
You do yours and then I'll do mine.
Okay, so we just need to find the center. So everyone find the center. You can do that by measuring and obviously just making sure that it's in the middle and doing the same above.
And you're basically dividing your circle up into
Four.
segments, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So first of all, we're going to just divide it into 4. So make sure that you've got a nice even shapes. And you don't have to do this with a ruler, obviously. Completely up to you. And then once you've got that, if you did want to make some other concentric circles, because it's kind of a good idea to be able to kind of have some equally divided spaces up in between. So I'm going to do, I'm going to use a compass just for making it nice and quick. So I'm going to make a circle in the middle here. So we've got a nice even shape in the middle, but equally, Caroline will show you some other options. You know, this could be a flower, it could be a triangle, it could be anything, but have something in the middle that's going to be that you're kind of going out from.
And then you're going to divide it again, right?
Yeah, exactly. So once you've done the concentric circles, you can then divide the sections. And the way to think about it is those intentions that you've got and those gratitudes, perhaps match that to the amount of sections that you make. So I'm going to make mine into 8 kind of equal sections, but you can do it into however many you want. It's really down to you.
I'm going to do 8 for the sake of this. And I'm going to show you now. So you see that Katie has divided into 8. So now I'm going to show you iPad users how to do it. And it's actually pretty cool and simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to follow what I'm doing rather precisely. You have to sort of follow the rules. So next to gallery at the top here.
Caroline, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take me off for a minute so you can just be, so we can make you large.
Yeah, so they can see it really easily.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, so little hard to see, but if you watch me, right here, there's a little
Wrench.
here, which is your actions tool. It's a little wrench tool. And in actions, you want to tap at the top, canvas. And then you want to turn on your drawing guide so that it's blue. And you'll see a little grid show up. And then you want to go to edit drawing guide right underneath. And that takes you to a window that has some instructions at the bottom here. So if I go to the bottom here, on the far right, it says symmetry. So you tap symmetry. And when you tap symmetry, it says options just down to the far right at the bottom. And then you have your guide options, and you're going to select radial, which is at the bottom here. A little hard to see, but we have to do it this way so that I can. All right, so now radial, I've got radial, and you've got to have assisted drawing has got to be on. And the next thing you're going to do, and this is really tricky. This is actually a bit of a poor design in terms of from Procreate, but you see you've got this colored line at the top, and this is dictating what color your grid is. And you can see here there's a little done mark, little yellow done. If you're not really careful and you tap by mistake out, you tap the white line, it'll make you think that you don't have any guides, but in actual fact, it's made the guides white. You can't see them on a white background. So you want to make sure that the guides are over here and that you just tap this yellow very, very carefully like this. And there you have it. And now you can see your guides and we're ready to go. And Katie was talking about making a little shape in the middle. So you can make any kind of shape in the middle, but we want to sort of start with our main intention. So if you start with your pen and you just kind of, I've made a little shape in the middle from the beginning of my mandala. Okay, Katie, so back to you.
Okay, let me just put myself back on. Just bear with me. Okay, so now that we've done this part, we can then start making a design. We're going to go through this fairly quickly and fairly kind of concisely, but all of the instructions are going to be put into a PDF for you for afterwards. So don't worry if you can't follow along, especially with the Procreate side.
Yeah, I think what I'll do now is I'm just rapidly going to show my iPad guys how to make the design, and then we're just going to go over to you, okay?
Okay.
And you can walk through the next section. So guys, if you're using an iPad, this is how easy it is to make your design. You just press here. And you can do all, you could make a flower. You can do whatever you like. And if you don't like it, with 2 fingers on tapping on the screen will undo the things that you did, and you can do it again. Make sure that your lines meet up. In other words, if you're going to make a line, don't leave it empty, because on the little bit later, I'm going to show you how to fill your different shapes. So make sure that when you're creating a shape, it's actually complete and it matches up or meets another
Line.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right, Katie, over to you. So I'm going to take myself off and just show you.
Okay, so just for speedness, I've gone ahead and I've done some more lines here. But you guys can do whatever you like. So I've sectioned mine up, and I obviously repeated that pattern as I've gone around. And so you can now start to think about breaking these down into kind of sections of where perhaps you want to concentrate each section onto something that you have a gratitude for or your intention for. One of the things that you may like to do is to pop your intention in the middle. So in this one that I've started, my intention for this year is to be a little bit more meditative, a little bit less crazy. So I've put be still in the center of this one that I've done earlier. And then from that, I've put some more words around this, the outside that I want to kind of concentrate on. And then each section of one of these leaves or patterns is going to have something that I'm either grateful for or something that I want to intend to do. So yeah, go ahead and have a think about it. You don't have to do it right now. But if you did want to start your pattern, that is somewhere to start. And yeah, just the real kind of connection and creativity is going to come from your designs and your desires of what you want. So perhaps
can I take back over from here, and then
I'm going to remove my section.
take you off, and I'm going to go back to me now. Okay, where am I?
I know, I'm trying to find you. There we go.
Okay. All right. So you see, so this is the things that you might want to do. So once you've got your mandala, you might want to put words around the edge. You can make this smaller as follows. You can tap the arrow, we call it the transform arrow at the top. And you can make sure it's on uniform right here. And then you can make your mandala smaller so that you can make another circle around the edge, or you can write words around the edge, or give yourself a bit of room around the edge. The next thing that you can do digitally is that you can actually start to fill different parts of your mandala with color. Of course, you have a choice. You can simply decide that you're going to go piece by piece. And let's take this here. And now you want to open a new layer. And in your new layer, now you can go to one or another of these sections and start, creating designs, painting, doing whatever you want with them. And this is actually the final exercise from our first chapter, where you just, you can just fill your mandala with patterns, and each of the different shapes could have a different pattern. Okay, so that's one thing that you could do. Another thing that you could do, which is really kind of fun, is that you can go to your first layer where you made your mandala, that's layer 1, and you tap it. And you make it into a reference. Right at the very bottom of this window, there's a thing called reference. And these are things that we show you in our video series of how to actually do all this. And so you made it into a reference. Now you go to a new layer, and then you take a color that you really, speaks to you, and sort of aligns with what your thoughts are, and you can drag and drop the color into one of the shapes. Maybe I'm going to put my shapes there. And this is on a separate layer. So you can make those shapes like that with your layer. And I'm hoping that Katie and all of the traditional drawers will just keep going and start filling things in while I'm demonstrating.
Exactly.
So now there's a further thing you can do, which you will learn about in my lessons if you need to. You can tap layer 3, and this time you can say alpha lock. Do you see where it says alpha lock? Tap alpha lock. What this does is it creates an invisible mask around the shape. So you now can go to a different tool all together. Maybe you could go down to textures, put Victorian shapes on it, take another color. And you can draw just on your shape. So you can pattern out your shape, which is sort of fun. Put a texture on your shape. You can draw pictures into your shape. And this is all on a separate layer. And then you can just keep repeating this in different layers. Another thing you can do, and this is all outlined in my upcoming series called Creative Collage. Now I've created another series here of shapes. Now what I can do is I can import a photograph. I import photographs by going to the tool, the wrench tool, and this time I go add, and I go import a photo. And let's say you want in as part of your, you want to connect to family and you want to put a picture in a family. I've got this lovely picture actually from Linda Palmore. Linda, I'm going to use your mom and your daughter in this. So here I've got a picture. And I can make it quite small like this. Then I can tap my layer, tap the layer with the picture in it, and I can tap clipping mask. This now clips the image right into the shape. So you could actually, in creating your mandala, you could import photographs into that, which is really exciting. So you could do the whole thing just as a visual without words, put things that kind of mean something to you, right, Katie?
Yeah, absolutely. And same as if you're doing it with your pencil, you know, you could create larger sections where you're perhaps, you know, drawing something that's special. It could be a person, you know, you could do a little drawing of somebody. It could be a pet. You know, it could be a tree, it could be nature, you know, anything that you like, anything that's your heart's desire, really. So yeah, I just think it's a wonderful and really just very mindful exercise to do, and I hope you've enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, and just so you know, we will follow this with written instructions on how to do the different things I demonstrated, in case this is something a bit new to you. And if you'd like to learn more, we're going to show you how to find out more after this demonstration. So I'm going to stop my share and we're going to go back to Katie. And then what we'll do is we're going to come to you and see how you're doing, answer any questions. So there we go. And Katie, so how far have you gotten, Katie? Well, Katie, you can show the one. Yeah, you've got the, yeah, you've got words in there, etc.
Yeah, exactly. And this is one that I did earlier, and then this is another one that I started. So you know, you can do whatever. This is another one I've started, and I need to finish. So you know, you can make it exactly that you like. This is the one that I started earlier when I was doing that, and I popped down some things that I want to kind of concentrate on this year. So yeah. Can be like a Valentine's thing. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions? Anyone got any questions?
Let's just Katie, let's just go to the gallery to see everybody right now.
Yeah.
Hi everybody. If you go to gallery, then you'll see everyone on the gallery. And now what we'll do is we're going to take ourselves off the
spotlight. Yeah.
Moving on spotlights, okay? And then Katie, why don't you come back on so we can see you?
Yeah, I am.
There you go. Hi, everybody. So why don't you all hold up your iPad or your paper and let's see how you did so far. Oh, wow, look at that.
Wow, nice.
Awesome. You're getting going. And it's, oh, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, gosh. A lot of you are using iPads today. Then some of you are drawing. Fabulous. Terrific. Wow. This is so exciting, guys. We've got 63 people here today, and I'm really loving it. I've got 3 things. So, like, let's just go to a few people and get your input, like how, you know, what you got out of this, starting with you, Anne. And then we've got a really special presentation. So don't go yet. So Anne Sire, how did you do? Yeah, you've done some wonderful ones before.
Thank you. Well, I loved it and I loved the meditation. I'm going to try to remember as much of it as I can and maybe think about that when I'm in my bed at night going to sleep or trying to go to sleep. And
Stop. Oh,
maybe
that's
I'll
wonderful,
have better
Anne.
dreams thanks
Yeah.
to you guys.
Oh,
I
that's
really
wonderful.
enjoyed it.
Good.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
you're
know, I
welcome.
thought it was wonderful.
Did you do your iPad? Did you do iPad or did you do pencil today, Anne?
I did just did my iPad and
Wonderful.
because in the past I did it by hand and I
Yeah,
wanted to try it.
wonderful.
Great. Robin,
for
how did
joining.
you do? So Anne and Robin are both people that we've been with over the past year. We sort of, we got through COVID together, didn't we?
Yes.
You saved us. Yeah, I'm just starting to use a pencil today.
Lovely. How
Because of this
beautiful.
Appropriate last time.
Yeah.
Good. Amazing.
And okay, good. And here we're going to go now to I'm just going to go back right now, take that off. So remove that and see Ellen, how did you do? You're just you're new. Ellen is new with us.
Yeah.
Coming to
I enjoyed the meditation. It's in very light pencil right now. I was
Okay, wonderful.
That's great.
That's it. That's exactly what you got. You can just take your time after class, you know,
Okay.
and come back and forth to it. You know, I think
Okay.
that's the thing. You could always add some patterns, whatever you feel like doing. I think it's just a really kind of nice exercise.
Yes.
So I'm going to say hello here to Cheryl Branco, who was she and plus a couple of others here were our very first Cheryl and Cheryl Branco. Do you see them? That's Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
How did you do?
Hi. Oh, it's so good to see you again.
Yeah, let's find Cheryl Branco. Did you see
I can't
Cheryl?
see Cheryl Branco. That's what I'm trying to find. Sorry.
Okay.
There's so
I'm-
many people here. Oh, no, I can see you. Hi, Cheryl. How are
Good morning.
you?
Good to see you.
Oh, it's so nice to see you. Thank you for joining.
So the 2 Cheryls, I've got Cheryl on the left and Cheryl on the right. And then Cheryl, they've both been with us for a long time and lovely to see you. How did you enjoy that, guys?
Oh, I love the meditation and I love the iPad too. I haven't done that in a while.
Good.
And Cheryl was
Yeah.
like she was our first student in our first drawing
Yeah.
class
Right.
down at the in Mount
Yeah.
Line.
those of you who come from this area.
Right. I think of you every time I'm at Shoreline. I take my art out there.
We've got to get on to a next part of our presentation because we're going back there.
Yeah. Oh, you did it. Let me see. Oh, brilliant.
Just
Oh,
beginning.
gorgeous.
Just beginning.
Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, I think the key is that we just want you to keep going. Keep going with your mandala, and please do. We really want you to share with us. So we just want to thank you. We're gonna we'll share how you can share with us. And we're going to do just a little presentation now, Caroline, aren't we? About
Yeah,
if anybody wants to stay around.
Bernie is with us. Is Jeannie still with us? I know she had some other things she had to go to. Oh, there's Hannah. I'm just seeing all my friends. And those of you who are new to us, I just want to give you a very, very warm welcome, and we'll have a chance to chat more. But we want to do this presentation because we've been working on it for an entire 2 weeks, and we have to get it off our chests, okay? And we're ready. So, yeah, it's been many, yeah, so here we go. We're very, very excited about this. So
Shall I do it, Caroline, or do you want
yes,
to
you do it, Katie, and I'll talk.
Okay, just bear with me. So,
Going to
yeah, I think
share, Katie's going to share a presentation that we have for you.
Yeah, I think people had a few questions about where to buy the courses, where to buy the book, and we're going to go through all that now.
All of that is going to be answered. And our Joy of Drawing Club membership program. And just to let you know, our Joy of Drawing Club began 2021 when we came up with our first book. And it was Bonnie's idea that we should actually make videos to go along with the books, which we did. So each book has 10 chapters and each chapter has a video that goes with it. And so our first book had 10 videos and we made them in 2 formats. The first video was for people that wanted to do traditional drawing, and the second video is for people that want to use their iPads to learn to draw. It's the same thing. So that, and then we created a club, and now we had some of our closest people join the club. We've had a wonderful community of over 50 people who were with us and kind of went through our beginning stages. So now we're ready to spread our wings, and we've created a different type of membership program for 2022, which is more inclusive but gives you tons of benefits. So we have a new annual membership program. You can join at any month and it'll go for a year. And it comes, but we hope you join right away. It comes with new member offers and benefits. And those in brief, and I'm going to show you in more detail. We have a members only website. So when you join, you get access to a website, which is for members only. And on that website, you can access all of the different offerings and pay right there and then all in one place, because that's what people wanted. We want to go to one place, be able to sign up, and I'm done, signed and done, one and done. So we've created a little website for that. And it's only for people, the only people that have access are people who are our members. So the minute you become a member, we add you into the list so that you can access it. And then in that website, you'll see how it works. We announce a monthly themed drawing challenge, and every month has a theme. We've assigned the themes for the first 6 months up through July. And each month we have a themed drawing challenge. And then we have an online community exclusive for members to share their works and ideas. And we share it through different methods that make it easy for you to just upload your drawings and your paintings. We also have a monthly chat and share Zoom meeting. It's going to be on Wednesday afternoons. It's moving from Sunday to Wednesday by survey in the afternoon. And that's when you come and you can chat with your friends. And then the big deal is that you get a 50% saving on the following. Every month we have a themed online workshop. So we have a workshop, which is the first Monday of the month. First Sunday of the month. We have a themed online workshop like today. It's about an hour and a half where we really teach you something in depth, and we'll show you how that works. We have then a monthly in-person sketch walk. We're located in the peninsula in the Bay in San Francisco. So we hold in-person sketch walks in and around Palo Alto, Menlo Park, Los Altos, Redwood City, Mountain View, so that you can actually get a chance to come outdoors, and we go out, and that's how we began. And we want to continue that. So every month we meet. So if you're in the area, you can come to our sketch walks, but you get 50% saving on these. And you can also come to our figure drawing class, which is once a month on a Friday at the end of the month. And you can also come there and improve your figure drawing skills. And you also get special offers and promotions for Joy of Drawing products. So let's go forward. So here's some of our different themes. So in March, in February, actually, it starts in February. We are
landscapes.
landscape drawing in February. March, we're doing pen and ink drawing, and we're going to concentrate on trees, but the main subject is how to draw in pen and ink. And the whole month is going to be devoted to that. In April, we're really involved in spring flowers, and we're going to be using colored pencils and exploring the use of colored pencils to draw. In May, we'll be having really fun. We're going to do travel sketching using postcards. So we're going to take postcards with us on our sketch walk and postcards when we do our website, so that you can actually draw your pictures that you see and send them to friends. We thought that was super fun. And then in June, we're going to draw animals. I'm in the midst of writing a book on drawing your pets. And we're going to draw animals, and we're going to use watercolor pencils and pen and ink for that. And we're going to go to the zoo. And in July, we're doing sea and sand, because by that time, you know, we've got great weather and we want to go to the coast. So that's our little offering.
Yeah, so the online workshop, so this is basically about the online workshops. These are going to be the first Sunday of each month, and they're going to be $20, but each month basically is a theme. That's the main thing to think of. And then there's little things that you can decide on which ones you want to come to.
Yes.
So
So
we've made it
non-members get these for 40, members get them for 20. Okay, so next is our monthly in-person urban sketching. You can see me there in one of the ones we did at Stanford. And in actual fact, our very first one, which is available to you, is next Wednesday, and it's at Stanford. We're meeting at the Cantor Museum outdoors, and we're going to be sketching tree and parkland there. And we'll, if the weather is good, we'll be able to go to the Arizona garden with all the wonderful cactus. And if the weather's bad, we're going to go into the museum and draw inside. And so this is all the lists of where we're going and what we're going to be doing. So that's next Wednesday. The Wednesday after, in the next month, we're doing landscapes at Shoreline Park. We'll see you back there. And these are member prices $30. It's a full day program. So non-members, it's $60. For members, it's $30. Okay. And we do advertise these through other institutions. So people that, sign through there would pay $60, but you pay $30. And then your live model drawing is $17.50. And I happen to have my live models here joining to be here. So we'll have to introduce them to you before you go. They're amazing. And you see them here. You see the picture here.
It's such a fun class, and I think it is uninstructed, but Caroline will we'll give you tips and tricks. We send you out a little
and I send you a whole thing on a really great little instruction booklet on how to draw, how to start a figure drawing, the 5 ways to start.
And all of these classes you can do with your iPad or with pen and pencil. So just to reiterate that.
Yeah, we're mixed media definition. And we have lots of community activities. The first Wednesday afternoon of every month we'll meet starting in February, and we'll host a member-only chat session and share our work. And you have free access to Joy of Drawing community page, as well as a Joy of Drawing Google Classroom. All members are invited to share their work in the Joy of Drawing Classroom. We've already got a very active community in there, and I think they can all attest that it's super fun. You get to share your work, and don't be shy. And it's a very positive one. And as our gift to you, when you join, you get this little 11 by 17 calendar. And it also comes in 8.5 by 11 pages, so that you can have it as a wall chart, and you can also print it off, and you can print off the 8.5 by 11 calendars, so that you've got them and you know what's happening, and it shows you, each month what is the, it's really cool. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, da-da-dum, here we are, final. Okay, so the full price for everyone attending today is $99, unless you've been a member before. So for people who've never been a member, it's $99, but we're giving you a special of $85 for the entire year, guys. That's like $6 a month. to get all of that. You'll make all that back if you attend each of the beginning classes just in your savings alone.
Yeah.
And we're going to put a link in for you so that you can sign up today. And you've got until the end of the month. And then that special will end and it'll go to $99. And for new founding members, and we're calling anybody who has been a member in the past year that joined the first section or the second section, you get a very special offer of $69. And again, that goes until January 31st at midnight, 2022. So we hope you'll come back to us. And we already sort of tested this out. So we've already got a few members here. And what I'd like to do before we just open it up to you, and Katie, can you put the link in now?
I am. Yeah, I'm just doing that right now.
What I'm going to do, I want Katie to show you the member site so she can show you what you'll get access to. And then I want to ask a couple of our dedicated members just to talk about what it's been like to be a part of this group. And then we'll end off.
Yeah, and so what I will do is I will put it in the chat, but I'm also going to, we're going to follow you up with an email so you can, you can definitely access everything through the email, which is going to be easier than going through the chat. Sorry, I'm just having some technical issues. Okay, so let me just share the website to begin with. Apologies for this. Just coming up here. Okay.
As soon as you remember, we put you in and we connect you up with this website, the Joy of Drawing Club, and it's a website. And at the top, you see there's a shop.
Yeah.
And you tap that, and we'll go there in a bit.
Okay.
Access, yeah. So that you access everything in here. And you can see there, that's the one for January. It's gone a little bit in reverse for some reason. So you kind of have to go to the end to see what everything is. But you can see, you can draw, you can order the book if you want another copy. And also, by the way, any member who's new also automatically gets a copy of our PDF book, okay? A PDF like the email, the ebook. But you can also get, we do have some copies left of the softcover book. You can download your calendar. This allows you here access. This is our calendar of events.
So you just click on here and then you can print this off so you know exactly what's happening that month. Sorry, it's just taking some time. There you go.
And that tells you what the themes are so you can get ready for the challenge. And then we announce the challenge each month. This will change. So landscape sketching is February. And here's a little video of Katie and I. Each month we'll give you a new video. So, you can, say.
Yeah, and in that we'll just tell you about the upcoming theme, the challenge, and what we've got coming up. So you can always just, if there's anything you forget or if there's anything that you want to find out about, this is the website to come to, and everything will be in there. We have a little bit about us. You can purchase the books, like Caroline said, through the website, and also if you wanted to purchase the video packages and you haven't done that before, you can click on there and it will go straight to purchase that.
We will have the packages ready for shortly. We'll package up all of the videos for the Perspective book as well as book one, because we've now finished them all.
Yeah, I've done that. It's all on the website, Caroline.
Great. Got that. And then here, we also, if you really would love to be able to draw on your iPad, this is your Procreate Basics. And then within the next 2 weeks, it's already made. We'll be making available to you Procreate Creative Collage, which is some of the things that I was showing you today. So there you can see how to purchase it, $47. You purchase it through our Mobile Art Academy Joy of Drawing page. So that's where we house all of our videos.
And then if you guys have been members before, I've linked in your video library in here, so you can easily get to any of the things that we've done before, and any of the things that you already own, because we know that you've already got that. So don't forget all of those things, all those video courses you still own, and they're forever in your Mobile Art Academy library, just to reiterate that. So yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
how-
question, this is in addition to the Mobile Digital Art Academy library.
Yeah, we did this because obviously Mobile Art Academy is really just our digital side, and we wanted to have something that was just for us, just for joy of drawing, and it just enables us to sell things to you at a lower cost. So, but you can still go to the Mobile Art Academy website to get all of your courses, but I've just linked everything from here, so everything's easily accessible.
And so, yeah, we're very, very excited. If you're really in a desperate, you just really want to join right now, make sure you do. I will put my email in, and you can always PayPal me or Venmo me directly, and we'll put your membership in. So if you want to make it fast, you want to
Yeah,
go
so
back.
yeah, exactly. So I think the best
I'm
thing,
gonna put in my chat so that you can, 'cause sometimes you just kind of feel really excited about it. So you can go to Carol, this is for PayPal. It's Caroline Mustard 04 at where's that? At gmail.com. And if you want to Venmo, because it'll be the same thing, you can join that way. Or you can go to Venmo is at Caroline dash Mustard. Okay, that's my Venmo.
Caroline, with Venmo, I got asked the last 4 digits of your phone number for
Oh.
verification.
Okay, so my phone, what are my last phone? 502898814 65. Here's my phone number. 8148.
I always hate
have
it
it on,
when,
you just have it on, that's my number. If they ask you, and they want my social security,
I always hate it when they ask the
because
last
some of
4
you
digits of the
might
social.
wanna
I have to go through the whole thing.
Okay, and just in case you want us to pay right away, which we would love, just sign up because it gives us a joy. So we've given you different ways. And then after the class, as soon as we possibly can, we're going to send you the recording, a little write-up, and we'll send you the links to our landing pages. To our founding members, we'll send the founding member landing page.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
to other people, everybody else will send you the regular page. So founding members, you get a special page so that you can sign up for 69. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, isn't it, Katie?
Yeah, everything's going to come to you by email. So look out for your email, because I think if I put it in the chat, I have put it in the chat there. It's just at the top there, that you can go straight to the landing page to purchase. But we'll follow you up by email. I think it's the best.
Yeah, we've been working really hard on this, haven't we, Katie? So we
Yeah.
hope you like the offering. And what I'd like to do now is take us off, take us off. We're going to not show us anymore. So remove our spotlights and remove my spotlight and then go to, and then I'd like to hear from a few members that have been a member this past year with what you got out of it. So I think if Anne is with us or Robin, can you give a little bit of a chat about how it's felt to be a member of this group?
Always go back to Robin and Anne. Oh,
Because I can see.
Hi, Robin.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. For me, it's been just absolutely wonderful. Even if I was traveling a bit last year, I still was able to get to the recordings. I just feel like I've learned so much. It was like my 4th booster, really. It's too wonderful.
4th booster, what a great way to put it. Thank you, Robin. That's amazing. And then let's see who else, because quite a few of you have joined us in different times. Let me see some more of my existing people here. Where is, well, Susie, we haven't seen you for a while, but we're so happy to see you back. And I know that you've been very busy, but I'm going to ask your friend Daniela to say a few words because she's been a very active member. So I'm just going to ask you. Okay, good. Can you say a few words for us?
Sure, for me.
Guys, sorry.
I think it's amazing gathering, and although I've been through art school and so many classes, I've learned so much from you, Caroline and Kathy, and just being together with the other artists. It's absolutely amazing, especially during the last couple of years where you know, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm living around the sessions, you know. I'm making everything, you know, postponed or later, but now I have you know, iPad class or drawing class, and so it's really, my life is around those wonderful sessions. So thank you so much. It's just amazing.
Thank you. Thanks, Daniela. We feel the same. We feel the same about you. It's wonderful having all these people are so creative, and it's just a real pleasure.
So I think we're just kind of coming towards time for lunch, but I do want to make sure that anybody that's got any questions gets to ask them. Hi, Hannah, you've been a great member. You've done some amazing work. Welcome. So if anybody's got questions right now, we're fine, but I know some people will have to go. Oh, Linda Palmore, she's another Brit. She's been a great member too. So can you say something, Linda?
Yeah, sure. Caroline and Katie have been absolute lifesavers. I echo what everybody else has said. I haven't been a major drawing artist in the past, but they've really encouraged me. Their classes are just so practical. I've learned a ton, both from the perspective class and just the basics, and just having the discipline of having exercise, having activities and meetings every week has really kept me going and it's forced me to be creative. But it's so much fun, and everybody is so wonderful. I made such a great community of friends online, and I had the great opportunity to meet some of you in person already, and look forward to this year and walk sketch outs, for example.
Very good.
To Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see Erla. I want to welcome Erla. Hi, Erla. I know that Erla is coming in from British Columbia, and she is coming through my friend Jeannie McCurney. And Erla, I'm very glad to have you and welcome you into this group and your community.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, the Sequential Artists Workshop has been wonderful and really brought in, you know, like you say with your class, like getting down to brass tacks, learning something new. I think creating a community has been fabulous. So I'm really glad to be here. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Awesome. That's awesome. And please, Jeannie, do share in your in chat details if it, you know, anybody is interested and wants to find out more about your group. Okay, I'm just gonna go to my
one thing, Carolyn.
Yeah,
it's Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Where's Bonnie?
I'm here.
Oh, hi, darling. How lovely to see you.
Thank you so much for all you are doing. I can't wait to see that new Procreate Basics and the Mixed Media book. But you're just like, both of you and Katie are like whiz kids. It's been, didn't this just start a minute ago? And now you have,
we've learned a lot, Bonnie. We've learned a lot. It's been definitely been fun. I mean, I've learned how to edit and record videos. I mean, I never did anything like that before. So it's been wonderful for me to do learn all those different skills as well. And it's just been a pleasure, really, just working with everybody and having fun and having a time for me, because it as Caroline says, and I think she'll echo this, having students and having having people to teach actually really does kind of feed into your creative practice, doesn't it, Caroline?
Well, yes, I was so thrilled to recently. Thank you so much, Bonnie, and welcome to our
Just
community.
wanted to say one thing
Yeah.
also about the meditation. I mean, as you know, Carolyn and Katie too, I'm a psychologist, so I do that all the time.
Yes.
But what your sister did, if she's still here, was so beautiful.
Oh,
It
good.
just took me on a path I haven't been on
True.
in I don't know when, and brought me to tears and brought me to creating something. So just to thank
Oh.
her. Thank you for having her.
I will. Yeah, she's wonderful.
It was amazing.
very
Bonnie,
special.
for me, I went right back to when I used to live, was brought up in Cornwall, in depths of Cornwall. And
Oh my God.
I used to walk through this wood up to these hills. And I was just right back there. And then I found, my purpose is just to bring joy through creativity, and to invite people into my secret garden,
Yeah.
And that's really, I hope everybody will come, because it's so important to Katie and I. And one of the things that I learned just recently, I was quite a few of our members sent us copies of stuff about the passing of Wayne Thiebaud, who's one of our great Californian artists.
Yeah.
And also was a great teacher. And I was reading things that he'd said, and for him, teaching was symbiotic with his work, which it is for me personally. Giving and receiving creativity, like helping others create, helps me. So
Yeah.
it's very much of a community where we help each other, and by
Yeah,
helping
total synergy. Yeah.
I think that's the whole point. And this is not art school. This is not trying to make you
No.
into Picasso. It's getting you so that you can just enjoy the joy of drawing. That is literally what it's all about.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much.
questions? Thank you so much, Bonnie. Anybody got any other questions?
I think some people had some very just technical questions, but we'll definitely
Go ahead. I'm here to answer.
But we-
I have one.
Yeah.
Maxine.
Hi, Maxine.
Hi, I'm sorry about this, but I've been frustrated. I've been doing Procreate a lot more and working also with Sketch Club, but I can't, for some reason, my Procreate will not let me rotate the canvas. I know how to pinch it. I can make it smaller and larger. It will not turn.
Okay, so I tell you what I will do for you. We'll set up a Zoom meeting together. You're gonna have to just go in and adjust some settings. You have to go into settings.
Okay, thank you.
I
appreciate it.
It happened to me. It's just a setting, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And then, yeah, so very often also just as a word, there's so many things on Google, guys. So if you run into a problem like that, you can put into Google, how can I rotate my canvas?
I did.
Great.
Oh, sorry, Maxine. Can you unmute? Sorry.
No, we can't hear you, darling.
Sorry, Maxine, you're on mute. I don't know. Sorry about that.
Okay. You're muted, Maxine. You're muted.
Okay, what I was saying was I did all that and I was on YouTube and I can't make it.
Okay, well, I'll help you.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful.
You're an old friend. We've been working together since 2013.
Yeah.
So you're over in Philadelphia.
And it's pouring down snow here.
Oh. And so, yeah, I think everyone just wanted to say thank you for the meditation. And Jeannie's just letting us know a little bit more about how what they do with the SAW school, which is located in Florida. Wow, that's cool. And everyone's online now. So there's some information on the chat there if you want to see that. Yeah, I think if people are still working on their mandala, it would be wonderful. Actually, I was going to suggest that if everyone can hold it up, and I'll do I'm going to take, if everyone puts yourself onto gallery, and then if everyone can hold up their mandalas, I'm going to do
a little shot, and then we really want you to share it with us, so you can
email it to us, or you can yeah, wonderful. Or you can upload to our, so if you're on Instagram, guys, we are on Instagram as @the Joy of Drawing Book. on Instagram. So if you wanted to upload to Instagram and tag us, that would be wonderful.
Lovely.
I'll put that in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, these are awesome. I can see some wonderful ones.
Okay, everyone just hold it up again because I'm going to get the next screen. Everybody, thank you. Thanks, Mary. I can see Mary. Wow, that's so cool. Thanks, guys.
Janice, I see Janice. That's Janice Lisbon, right? God damn, I haven't seen you in a coon's age, Janice. I come to what do you call it, to the Cantor on Wednesday and say hello and have some coffee with me. I miss you. I'm so happy to see her there. Okay,
thanks, guys. That was wonderful. So just to reiterate, we will follow up with an email with all the information on how to join our wonderful Joy of Drawing Club, and we will also follow up with the written instructions for Procreate.
Okay, so I guess we're coming to the end of our. Wait, you want to introduce us? Oh yeah, come on over. We have two people to introduce you to, because we actually have a figure drawing coming up this coming Friday, and here they are. Hold on, I've got to just spotlight. Okay, here they go. Here are the girls. Yoo-hoo! Okay.
Hi, girls.
Mara and Maribel. And then
Hi.
Francisco.
Hello.
And when this is all over, we're gonna go for a walk along the marina.
Oh, it's a wonderful day.
And just relax, because Katie, I hope you're going to do something relaxing, because we have been literally burning midnight oil on this, and we hope that you like it, and we hope that you are going to join us. We really do, and that we can expand our membership and our community and see lots more of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
It's wonderful. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
you, guys. Love you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye,
Really,
guys.
lots of fun.
Hi, Daniela.
Bye.
Hi. It was great. Thank you so much.
Delightful.
Did you enjoy that?
Yes, I did.
Hi, who are you? Hi, oh, hello, Rachel.
Oh, yeah. Remember me? I'm Rosina Beljo's friend.
Of course I remember you. Are you here or are you in Israel?
I'm in New York City, and I
You're in
received
New
your
York.
email. Yeah, and I just happened to just see your email, and immediately I popped in, and I was blessed with this amazing gift.
Enjoy?
I loved it, and I'm now waiting for you to send me the email so I could join you. I love it. I absolutely love all the women and the energy that's bursting out of the screen.
Yeah, it's so cool. We love it. It's been an absolute, it's been so fun this last
It's been a joy, hasn't it?
for us. Yeah, it really has.
Joy of drawing, but it's that is my central thing, is bringing joy. It just brings joy to your life and to people around you. So wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy to see you, Rachel. Oh my
Thanks for
God, I'm
joining.
gonna text. Is Rosina in New York right now?
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's in California, actually. She's in Palo Alto. I'm going to give her a call after this and tell her what I just did.
Oh my God. And oh my God, I'm so happy to see you.
I'd love for her to be a guest. She could probably offer us so much fun.
Oh, she's so good. We love working with Rosine. She's
We'll
amazing.
actually do a thing with her. That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
we
Great.
will.
I'm going to give her a call. I'm so excited that I just.
Sorry. Oh, Katie, we want to do some special have some special workshops with some.
Oh, sure. We'll have loads of stuff going on. This is just the
visitors.
minimum.
So
Yeah.
if you could do a visiting workshop, it would
Yeah.
be amazing.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Great idea, Rachel.
I don't think you have enough going on here.
Love.
Thanks, Bonnie. I know. We like to be busy, don't we, Caroline?
Bonnie, I just want to give you a special digital hug right now, like very special, because I love you so much, and I'm so glad you came today. So big digital hug to you.
Oh, was that to me, Carolyn? I didn't hear it.
Yes.
Mm.
Adorable.
And I see so many people still here that I just adore. Kathy, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Excellent. Just great to see you.
You
It's
too.
just good to see different peeps here, you know, just lovely. And seeing Cheryl, Cheryl, I hope you're going to join us at, you know, the next, like next month at least, if not on Wednesday. It would be great. Okay, guys, I think we've come to the end. I'm going to take remove my spotlight. And
This is great. Thank you very much.
you're so welcome. I loved seeing you.
You too. Have a good day.
Bye,
Have a good
everybody.
day,
Enjoy
everybody.
your Sunday. Enjoy your week.
So
Thank
much.
you. It was great. I'm signing up right away. Send me the link.
Okay. We'll send the link out immediately to the full list, just immediately before the all the rest of it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just going to call Katie now and we're just going to do it immediately. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Love you
bye.
all. Have a wonderful rest
Bye,
of the day.
guys. Bye. We're leaving now. Katie, I'm going to call you.